are you doing it for you or are you doing it for them? This is such an important question for those of you who feel stuck or unfulfilled, right? And I mean, we're all going to go in and out of that, by the way. Everything isn't going to feel like, ooh, happy-go-lucky every day. But you really got to ask yourself, and them could be anybody. Them could be your parents. Them could be society. Them could be your boss. It doesn't matter who them are, but are you doing it for them? So this goes into limited belief when you were growing up as a child. So what happens is you often will adopt the limited beliefs of someone else. And if you feel abandonment or attachments or insecurity, very often you're going to try to please them. All right. You're going to try to please them. And the reality is it's not your job to please them, and you can't please them, because anybody who's looking for external validation is never going to find it, because they're only going to find what they see. And people who are looking for outside validation will always move that goalpost. Okay, well, that was cool, but I want more. I want more. I want more. In turn, if you're on the other side of that, where you're insecure, you're doing some things, you're having some fawn response, and now suddenly you feel the need to change your job for them, stay in a relationship for them, continue to go to the same church that they want you to, or go to church at all, vote how they want you to do. You've got to, and build your job, right? Let's say you're like, I really want to be a farmer. Well, go be a farmer. Yeah, but my family really wants me, or people really want me to be a lawyer. So what? You're not them. They're not you. So a lot of that pause, when you feel like you're stuck in the mud, a lot of that is coming because you're in your head about what people want you to do, what they desire from you, what their expectations are. What about you? Are your actions right now yours? I mean, all of our actions are ours. Is the way that you're living your life, is that yours? Are you in a relationship? Let's say you're married. Are you in a marriage because you are afraid to get out of it because somebody else's beliefs were like, you got to stay in the marriage regardless? Is the job that you're in, is that job the job that you want? Now listen, every day of work ain't gonna be over the top and oh my God, it's the best thing you've ever had. No, but what I mean is, are you doing a profession? Are you doing a job to go further along, to accomplish a goal of yours? Or are you on this path because of them? Because let me tell you right now, that ain't going to work for you. Because it's going to breed resentment. It's going to breed frustrations. It is going to breed unhappiness within yourself. Because once again, you're people pleasing to make them happy with your choices in life. And that is not going to be a thing. So why does that happen? As I covered briefly, abandonment. You may feel as though you were abandoned. And it doesn't even mean physically abandonment. It could be emotionally abandoned. So when you're emotionally abandoned and you're going into some of those past traumas, you're trying everything that you can to get that person or people to see value in you, to love you, right? So if mom really wanted you to be a teacher, be a teacher, really want you to be a teacher, and you decide, I don't really want to be a teacher at all. But you're like, oh God, okay, my brother's a teacher. My mom was a teacher. My dad's a principal. Okay, I guess I'm gonna be a teacher. Why? Because they're going to be upset? Don't care. Do you see what I mean? So, because what's going to happen is you're going to keep going down that path because of your abandonment, attachment, fears, insecurity, lack of self-confidence. And because you're still chasing that acceptance, you're willing to do anything to keep the peace and to allow people to be happy and to allow them to feel peaceful. We're not doing that. We're not going to do that. We are not going to do that, because you will always put yourself in a corner because of them. You're going to put yourself in a corner because of them. And then you're going to say to yourself, well, why am I unhappy? Why do I not know who I am? Why do I not know what I want to do? Because you're doing it for somebody else. And you could have adopted this early on. You may have been told in kindergarten, second grade, because your mom's a teacher. And most people just want you to be happy. But let's say, we come from a whole family of teachers, which, by the way, yay, like teaching is a very hard profession. But we come from a whole line of it. So yeah, little Johnny, he'll be a teacher too. Little Johnny's 5 years old, but little Johnny hears I'm be a teacher. I'm be a teacher, 7th grade, 7 years old. I'm be a teacher, 9 years old. I'm be a teacher. 12 years old, your dad comes in and he's a principal and he tells the whole class, yeah, I'm a principal and I'm so excited. Little Johnny over there, he's going to become a teacher. You have input on it. When you're little, you're like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. Meanwhile, you grow up and you're like, I don't want to freaking be a teacher. Don't be a teacher. See, you're still going through that validation, but I'm telling you right now, I've done this for years as a profession. People move the goalpost. They like it this way. Yeah, you know what? That was cool, but I'm changing my mind. So now I need you to do it this way. Now I need you to do it this way. It's the level of expectations in which somebody is putting upon you that you're adopting because you're looking for that connection and acceptance. So here's a great question to ask yourself right now. Right now, I want you to look in the main areas of your life: professional, personal, spiritual, mind, body, spirit, whatever. I want you to, those three things. Literally sit with it though. Don't just do it off the top of your head. Write it in your journals, one of the 5 journals. Watch my video on the 5 journal series. And ask yourself, am I in this relationship because I want to be in this relationship? Am I in the relationship because of fear, right? Because fear can be another expectation that's put upon you in your brain. But I'm talking about externally. Are you in a marriage that you have been checked out of and they're checked out of, but you got married and your grandmother's Catholic and she doesn't want you to get divorced, so you're willing to stay in that relationship? Why? Like, look in the areas of your life right now and say, what areas am I living for me? Now, maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you're like, oh my God, I'm living my best life and I'm living it for me. I'm going to do what I want to do. Love that. Love that. But for those of you who aren't there, what part of your life are you living for somebody else? Is it the whole thing? What's the risk in your mind of losing those people? Let them go. They are not keys. You're not going to lose them. They're not keys. Okay? You may want them there, but if someone can't accept you, especially when it comes to your life path, my goodness, if you wanted to go be a sailor, go be a sailor. You want to be a farmer? Be a farmer. If you like it, I love it for you. So you got to ask yourself, why are you not willing to let go of people who only want what's best for you based on what's best for them? It's not the same thing. Not everybody wants what's best for you, and you decide that, not them, versus they want what's best for you based on what they see is the best for you. They're not you. They're not the expert of you. So ask yourself right now, in those areas, are you living for you? And if you are, great. And keep building on that. But if you're not, we're going to have to go way deeper with that and ask yourself why you're not willing to walk away. You got to ask yourself that question. Because if you're not, you're always going to stay in that stuck space. And you're going to remain in that stuck space. And it will breed resentment. Not might, it will breed resentment. And you'll always feel unfulfilled and you'll feel like you're not valid and you'll feel like you're not worthy because you don't feel worthy within yourself. So because you're not worthy, you want them to tell you that you're worthy or just be loved. That's a big one for you. So, and then look and say, where can I alter it? Their job isn't to change to accept you. It's you accepting you. They can get on board with it or they can get off the board. It could be a relative because relative and family are different. It could be a coworker. It could be a best friend. It doesn't matter who it is. But ask yourself that question because you may find there's a lot of areas that you're adopting other people's expectations and other people's dreams for you. And we're not going to do that because you deserve to be there for you, because you need to be your top priority and you deserve to be your top priority.